Hello my friends, Ahsoka the Geek here, and for this review we are going to take a look at the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman versus Hush 2-pack. So here is the 2-pack in all of its boxed glory. I picked this up from Amazon, but I also saw it at Target as well. There's the back of the box art. This looks great. I love the digital art back here. I think it's digital art. Or it might be real photography, whatever. It looks great. So there it is. So let's call out the first thing I've noticed is I did get the Batman with the black elbow. I'm sure you've seen it in other reviews and pictures, but yeah, it's a black elbow. Apparently it is gray underneath, so if you apply some acetone, you can see my reflection in this. Look at that. There's my fat face back there. Anyways, if you apply some acetone to it, you can easily remove the black. I'm not going to do that. I'm a little lazy. It doesn't really bother me that much, so I'll probably leave it the way it is. Eventually, I'll probably get the single card release if they're going to do one, but it doesn't bother me that much, so it's fine. But yeah, there's plenty of other YouTubers who will show you how to remove that the black from the elbow, which I'll show you more of in just a minute. So yeah, without further ado, let's open up this 2-pack and take a look. Alright my friends, so here's a look at the Batman and Hush outside of the packaging. As always, they also come with trading cards, which you can see here. So there you go. Those are the lovely trading cards that I don't save, even though I probably should. Also comes with the 2 bases, as always. There you go. But most importantly, here are the figures. So first of all, I love the base. I love that it comes with a Here Lies Jason Todd tombstone. It's morbid, but it's comic accurate. So I love that. It's comic accurate. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to display Jason's tombstone. So I like that the base actually has something that's comic book accurate. It's very creative. So there you go. So first let's take a look at Batman. So let's take him off the base. So here is Batman, and wow, this is a really, really nice figure. Love the bulk of the figure. He's a hefty Batman. Looks like maybe as big as the 3 Jokers Batman. Maybe they're using the same parts. I don't know. I love the face sculpt. At first I didn't like this head sculpt when I first saw images of it. Because of the teeth showing, but I think he looks fantastic. It's a very Jim Lee-esque head sculpt, so he looks awesome. His costume comes with 2 batarangs that look really nice in his hand. The cape, I love the sculpted flowing cape. Is really nice, really nicely done. Yeah, my gauntlet's a little bent, and of course there is the elbow situation. So honestly, I thought this would bother me more, but it really doesn't. Almost looks like it's about a part of the costume. But yeah, apparently if you watch, oops, he fell off. Look at Rob D. Toys' Instagram page, or Toy Shiz's Instagram page. I think he did it as well. And Brad, the DC Universe Geek, of course. I think they've all gone ahead and used some acetone to remove the black, because it's actually gray underneath. So very, very weird situation. Again, I'm too lazy to do that, and it doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, you could definitely remedy this if you need to. But yeah, great Batman figure. Love the size and the bulk of him. He moves around really nicely. I guess that's what we call articulation. But there's the articulation there. Typical McFarlane articulation. Not much of a ab crunch. The range of motion. Oh, so the neck. I like the range of motion on the neck. It is that one piece neck like they did for the death metal Batman, which I actually like quite a bit. I love this sort of neck. I don't know why. I just dig this neck. So yeah, he looks great. There he is. Let's take a look at Hush real quick. So here is Hush. So obviously no guns per the DC Warner Brothers mandate, but he comes with a shovel. Don't remember him using a shovel in the comic. Maybe he did. I don't know. So first of all, talking about the costume, I do like this version of Hush only because I have the original DC Direct version that gives you much more of the costume, which I'll show you in a comparison in a minute. So I do like this version of Hush, but he does wear the trench coat like this quite a bit, and the necklace you see I'm wearing is comic book accurate as well. I love the bandages on his face. The detailing of the bandages is really nicely done. Almost reminds me of Darkman a little bit as well, if you guys are from the 90s. But yeah, I really like this figure. The color of the trench coat, I would have liked it to be a little more brown. I mean, it is brown, but it's sort of like a yellowish brown. But it's fine. I like the trench coat. It's a good trench coat. I think I'm just used to the DC Direct version that looks like a little bit more brown. This one looks like it's been in the sun too long. But other than that, that's a nitpick. It's a great figure. Articulation-wise, has a good level of articulation. I like the head can move around quite a bit. That looks great. The body. Oh, the boots are great. These are very comic book accurate boots. This is exactly what he wore in the comic book, I believe. So that's great. And then you can bend them over. If you watch Brad's review, he actually took the coat off, and underneath there's not much in here. There's not like a full figure underneath the trench coat. Go watch Brad's review because it's fantastic as always. But yeah, there you go. There is Hush. So yeah, overall, I'm very happy with both of these figures. I would like another version of Hush that had more of the costume showing. Maybe they'll do a variant of that someday. But other than that, I really like this rendition of Hush. He looks great. Obviously, I wish he had came with guns like he does in the comic book. But what can you do? And then I really dig this version of Batman. So yeah, let's go ahead and now take a look at these figures with some other figures. Alright, my friends, so here is a look at the new Batman vs. Hush. Batman, right in the center, alongside some of my other favorite McFarlane Toys Batman figures. So first we have him next to the Death Metal Batman. This was the second version that was released. This is a more battle damaged version with a more tattered cape and actual blood splats on him. So there you go. And then there is the Three Jokers Batman to the right. So as you can see, he scales really nicely with these figures in particular, just because these are bigger Batman figures. So they look great together. It looks like an almost like natural evolution here. I love that you can really see the artist's style come through in these figures. You know, you got the Jim Lee Hush, the Greg Capullo Batman, and the Jason Fabok Batman over here. This is probably the least. I think his head sculpt could be a little bit more Jason Fabok-y, but other than that, the suit at least is pretty perfect. So he's a great figure. But yeah, here he is a little bit closer, so just can get a closer look of how they look together. So yeah, just a really beautiful like evolution of bat suits here. You know, I'm a sucker for a Batman figure. I have literally hundreds of them, and I will continue to get hundreds of them because I love Batman, and I think this is just a great Batman figure. The new one over here to the left, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite Batman figures, even though I've just had him for a day. I just really love him. He's like the perfect classic Batman figure while still having a modern look, and anything that Jim Lee does is gold. So there you go. There's another nice shot of him next to the Death Metal Batman, which I love this figure as well. And these two do share a similar head. They have the head that that's all connected, which I like. I really like a lot. So there they are together. Next up, let's take a look at the Hush figure with another Hush figure. All right, so here's a look at the McFarlane Hush on the left with the DC Direct Hush on the right. So these are they're actually both accurate representations of the character, just sort of with different styles. So like the McFarlane Hush, I remember this image clearly from the comic books where it's like he's in front of the Batmobile shooting at Batman, and he looks just like this. He's got the trench coat pretty much all buttoned up, so you can't really see what's underneath. The necklace plays a significant part in the storyline, so that's very accurate. And of course, the one from DC Direct is very accurate as well, because you can actually see his outfit, if I fall over, clearly here. I gotta say, I still prefer the DC Direct one, just because I love this Hush costume so much. This is, one of my oldest figures, I think, from DC Direct. Well, maybe that's not true, but you know what I mean. I just have a special place in my heart for this figure, and I think it's such a fantastic figure. So I still do prefer it more than the McFarlane version, just because you can see the costume underneath. But I do love the McFarlane version. I do love this version as well. But I do hope that McFarlane gives us a version of Hush that allows you to see his costume underneath. Because, again, if you try to peel off this costume, It's like there's nothing underneath there. You can't really see it, but it's yeah. There's nothing underneath. There's no body really there. Check out Brad the DC Universe's Geeks review, and he'll actually take off the trench coat and you can see it. But yeah, so I dig this figure. I'm glad I got this version of Hush. Probably won't get the single release, just because it's basically the same figure except it's got hands to hold, his guns. But I'm fine without them, honestly. Save me a couple of bucks there. But yeah, who knows? If I see it at the store, I'll probably get them, let's be honest. But there you go. So, oh gosh, they fell over. So yeah, the DC Direct one definitely stands better just because it's definitely more statue-esque as the DC Direct was. But final thoughts, let's bring back the Hush Batman so you can see them together. I really love both of these figures. Really glad I got both of them, obviously. It's a great set. Highly recommend this 2-pack. Yeah, so I think the difference from the single card release for Hush, at least, is that it's got a different set of hands. But other than that, and I think the facial expression is different as well. I think, actually, Rob D Toys, I think, has both versions. So check out his page on Instagram for more pictures. But there you go. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, thanks for your support. Thanks for watching my channel. And I hope you guys are doing well. Take care.